Hey, Matt Zentz here. I wanted to tell you about an exciting new feature that we just released in Marketpath CMS. I think you're all going to like this. This is called Object References. Basically what we did is we added the ability to track where things like documents and images are used throughout your website. So let's go ahead and jump in here. I'm going to jump into images first because we only have the one document. But you can do this on any entity within or any object within the system, and I'll show a little bit more of that later. So let's go ahead and take a look at the image packaging. Whoop, wrong one. I want packing. Here we go. Alright, so this image in particular. So if I click on the properties of this image, and then I go up here to where it says history and hit the drop down arrow, you're going to see a new addition here called references. This is really nice because now when I click it, I can see that this image is referenced in two places. It's referenced in the main style sheet, and it's also referenced in the case studies article that's shown right here. And of course I can click either of these to kind of see how it's used or where it's used. And you can see right there that image, that's where it's used in that article. And if I were to open up the style sheet, I could find it down here. Whoops, let me go down here. And you can see that it is the image right there. So really nice feature to be able to kind of see where things are used. And I can go into articles as well. Like I mentioned, anything, or we're tracking the reference of any object within the system. That means if you insert it into a content editor area or a WYSIWYG or HTML, whatever you want to call it, that means we'll track those links in there. If you insert it into a style sheet or a template or a JavaScript file, or if you link it in a data store list, for example, where you're linking multiple items. So here's a data store item list with banner slides, although that one doesn't have any. Here's a featured article. I can add more than one article. And in this example, I could see, if I go to co-packing and packaging, I'm going to see that it's referenced in that musical instruments. This one actually is referenced in a lot of places. So it's really nice. It's very helpful. And then if I go back here to musical instruments, I can see that this has references in the main menu of the website as well as in the industry. So this is a really nice way to go in and kind of keep things cleaned up, and before you trash something, make sure that it is not being used somewhere else. We also added some filters that are going to be really helpful for you. So for example, normally it pops up here and you see folders. So just click this filters tab over here when you're in any list view, whether it be images or all content or articles, etc. So go all the way down to the bottom. You can click referenced, and you can see that I want to see all images that are referenced somewhere or that are not referenced somewhere. And this is probably the more helpful one, where they're not referenced. So this gives me the opportunity to say, oh, look at all these images. I have 46 images up here that are not referenced anywhere. And so I can go in here and clean these up, get rid of them if they're no longer used, put them in a folder, trash them, whatever I need to do, I can take care of them. So that's a really nice little filter feature. One thing to be careful of, this is the warning that I'm going to give you, that this only tracks references to objects within this site. So if you had another website, for example, where this particular image was used, or actually let's show a not referenced one. So this particular image, if that was used on another website, we're not tracking that. Some other examples of that where an object is not tracked are, let's say that you have individual staff images in here. Well, a lot of people will take those staff images, or maybe a company logo or something along those lines, and they'll throw them into their email signature in Office 365 or Gmail or whatever it be. Those images, since they are used outside of Marketpath CMS, are not tracked. So that's the key thing to keep in mind. Be careful when you delete images. You have to have a little bit of understanding if those images or documents or whatever else are used in another site outside of the site that you're currently working on. Well, that is the object reference tracking feature that we just added in a nutshell. It's very helpful, very powerful, tracks everything within the system. I hope you guys find it useful because we built it for you. So thank you for watching.